Oh, this is cool. Hi, and welcome to our gathering of heroes. These are the would-be heroes of the world of Greyhawk, a fantasy world created 50 years ago by some creators whose legacy lives on to this day. We're honored and proud to take up that banner and share our Greyhawk story with you. As a warning, this is a game that can also explore mature themes, and while we will be specifically avoiding some topics, the game may still include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, or other. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. Players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams will be available on YouTube after the game, and you can always come back to an episode ready. Some quick acknowledgements. Roll20, a popular browser-based virtual tabletop platform for tabletop role-playing games, and board games offering tools for character sheets, dice rolling, maps, and more. To Demiplane, a platform that connects TTRPG fans to make games better with high-quality tools that enhance the ways games can be played, shared, and explored. Legendary Games, a company that creates third-party support products for D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, and aims to provide the best possible campaign enhancements. And we are proud to announce that we are on board the affiliate program with Arkenforge, an amazing virtual tabletop and map-making software for TTRPGs, and Rogue Energy Gaming Drinks, reputedly the best gaming supplements on the planet. Use the promo code WOULDBEHEROES, all caps, no spaces, for $5 off your order with Arkenforge and 10% off your purchases with Rogue Energy. And now, I am very proud to introduce our cast. And let's start with Kristen. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Tell us
Hi.
who you are and who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Kristen, and I am playing a character named Tinda. Tinda is a Iguaqua parrot humanoid species. She is a druid, and she comes from an interesting kind of background that I can't wait to share more of. So yeah, that's my character.
Oh, that's what I need to do. My mistake. There, and the lore. Your elements come up. Lore.
Hi, I'm Lore Witch, and I am going to be playing a rogue gnome. She is a retiree and finally off to see the world, and a bit of a troublemaker, so should be fun.
Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean Sousa, and I'm playing a Goliath. He's a big fella, and he has, in his ambitions or goals, as we may discover, he has made some interesting choices that may or may not be good for him.
Diana.
Hello, everybody. I'm Diana Moon. I use she, her, they pronouns. I am playing Malina Shotshitzel. I may be mispronouncing that. I apologize to people who can speak Nawal and all that other. I am playing an Asholoteka bard, so that is technically a lava Asholata person who's kind of new to the world in very many different ways, but they like singing. They have their little bird flute, and doesn't mean they're good at it, but hey, we're entertaining everybody, right?
Yes. Arnie.
Hi everyone, I'm Arnie. I go by the he series, he, him pronouns. I am playing Crux, a paladin of sorts. And very happy to be resurrecting this character in some kind of way, shape, or form from a previous game that I played with him.
I like what you did there.
Right? Maybe you understand more about that. And I will know how to say the name of my deity by the time that we're done with the game. So I hope that by the end of the campaign I know how to say her name. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to say it now today in this game, so I'm going to be butchering that, and apologies ahead of time, but I know my goddess would understand. I hope. Otherwise I'll be the one being smited, right? We'll see. But yeah, so definitely looking forward to playing with all of you today.
So, there it is. Sorry. I just lost my train of thought here. That's all right. Starting out with a bang. San Citlan, the Cauldron City. Tucked deep within the yawning caldera of a long, slumbering volcano, San Citlan is a city of steam and secrets, where the cobbled streets coil like smoke up the inner curve of the mountain's basin, and the heavy clouds cling low over red-tiled rooftops. From a distance, it resembles a simmering pot, its tiered districts rising in concentric circles around a dark, placid lake at its heart. To the colonists and traders who came from the coast, up north, it is known colloquially as the Cauldron, a name born from the city's strange geography. But to those who've lived beneath its shadow for generations, the jungle folk, the mountain-born, and the dead who still whisper in its crypts, it is San Citlan, the city between worlds. The city of Star. To the west loomed the jagged peaks of the Hell Furnace Mountains, a blackened, sun-blasted range of ancient fire and forbidden paths. To the east, the Amedio jungle, thick with choking vines, insect song, and ruins swallowed by green silence. San Citlan stands between them, a gateway, a refuge, perhaps a trap. In San Citlan, the veil is thin. Spirits cling to the stonework like moss, and no one walks its alleys without offerings in their pockets and prayers on their lips. Markets brim with incense and obsidian, charms and relics, food for the living and for the dead. Bright colors mask deeper shadows, festivals celebrating ancestors dance just above ancient ruins where the veil is almost non-existent. It is a city of secrets, forgotten lore, and distant memories, a place where some come to remember, others to forget, and a place where the wheels of corruption continue their endless turn. To this volatile mixture of heat, oppressive jungle, and sinister machinations, let's add a few ingredients. Crux, forged not from flesh but from soil and bark, armored in ancient metal, awoke in a dark cavern with no memory of who shaped him, why. A construct of purpose without context. He carries only instinct and devotion, a sacred bond to the old ways, to the green and growing world, to life as it once was. Though silent on his past, he walks with the certainty of a knight from an age long buried. Wielding both shield and solemn oath in the name of the ancients. To some, he's a guardian. To others, a mystery bound in rusted steel and moss. Saz. Tall as a mountain, clever as a knife's edge, is a Goliath whose life has wound through backroom deals, half-true names, and debts both owed and forgotten. His charm is disarming, his motives shifting. Bound now to a power not of this world, Saz follows the whispers of his patron and the shadows of his bloodline, hoping to untangle the twisted skein of his family's legacy. Whether he seeks redemption or revenge is unclear, perhaps even to himself. Next, Huilotl walks with the quiet assurance of someone who has lived many lives before ever drawing a blade. A gnome of sharp wit and sharper eyes, she once had a quiet life, raising children, tending home, dreaming of stories she might one day live instead of read. But time passed, silence settled where laughter once filled her halls. Her children grown and gone to find their own adventures, she found herself alone and haunted by a mystery that had never been solved. Years ago, her husband vanished without a trace. No note, no body. Grief became routine. Routine gave way to resolve, to find truth, and perhaps to find him. Now with clever hands and a twinkle of mischief behind every narrowed glance, she stalks through the tangled alleys and broken histories of San Citlan. She is no stranger to sorrow, but neither is she afraid of it. She may be small, but her determination is vast, and her story is only just beginning. Tinder of the Ihuaka remembers a sky full of song and sun before the darkness came. Her homeland, once a vibrant city called, I'm just going to screw this up, and I'm sorry, Huili, with towering spires surrounded by forest canopy, fell to a calamity no one fully understands. Death, crept in like fog, unnatural, sudden, and driving her people into exile. Some say the jungle turned against them. Others wisp of curses, where ancient sins resurfaced. Tinda took the path of the druid not just to survive, but to fight back. Her feathers bear the colors of her people, but her heart carries the weight of all that they have lost. She seeks to uncover the truth behind the ruin, to bring justice to those responsible, and perhaps most of all, to earn the pride of a family. In Sansit Land, she listens for echoes of the past of the stones and shadows, determined that her wings will one day carry her home again. And Malina Lokchito, hopefully, got it close, was once something more, a being of heat and stone, a guardian of molten sanctum, forged in the breath of volcanoes. At Tlexotl, they watched from the heart of the mountain as mortals brought offerings, whispered prayers, and wept with longing. Over time, that curiosity grew into yearning, not to be worshipped, but to understand. And so, they made a wish. A transformation, a sacrifice. Now reborn as an Asholoteka bard. They carry the ember of that ancient power in their blood, even as memories of their former life fade like ash on the wind. Exiled, perhaps forgotten by the gods, they now seek new meaning through song, story, and the fire that still burns within. In Sansit Land, they play not only to be heard, but to remember who they were, and choose who they might yet become. One more thing. As the mists rise from the jungle and the distant rumble of the hell furnaces echo like a heartbeat beneath the stone, these 5 souls, strange, scattered and seeking, will find themselves drawn together in the city called Sansit Land, perhaps by fate, perhaps prophecy, perhaps by the quiet pull of unanswered questions, of old magic, or of the hollow spaces left behind once was. In the shadows of this caldera city, secrets wait like seeds beneath ash. The past does not sleep, gods do not forget, and Sansit Land, for all its silence, is listening. Their story begins here, in a tavern.
Hey.
I don't have the music up with me, so I'm assuming we're playing tavern. Oh, fair enough.
I'll take care of it. Tavern is coming.
Tavern's coming. Excellent. So what we have from there, I had a brief discussion with all the players in terms of what they all would be doing, and they seem all to be in the tavern in some way or other. So, let us say, for the sake of convenience, unless you have a choice, you can be in the Tipped Tankard or the Drunken Morkoth Inn.
The Tipped Tankard? Is that what he said?
Yep.
I like the Tipped Tankard.
Which one, sorry?
Tipped Tankard.
Tipped Tankard works for me, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's more expensive than the other one.
I mean, there's one that's also an inn. The one, this one's specifically a tavern, so.
Yeah, we know that alcohol in hotels is more expensive.
Exactly. And what are you all? What are you all doing in the tavern? And I'm going to do this in one step. Would it be okay, Diana, if we called your character Malina for short?
That's what I assumed everybody was going to do, yes.
Oh, good. So Malina, as a bard, what are you doing?
By barding, of course. That's the word you're supposed to use, right? Barding. I'm a bard,
Yeah.
the barder. Barder.
Absolutely.
So I'm in the area where they reserve for musicians to play and continue to people to drink. I wasn't reserved here, but there was no one there, so I just started on my little pan flute, my little bird flute, and just playing lively tunes. For anybody that's passing by. I'm not expecting money. I just want people to feel joy as they drink their sorrows away.
Do you have a hat or some kind of a satchel or something out?
No hats. For some odd reason, the hats get burned a little bit, and I don't really understand why. But I think I do have like an empty bowl after I'd eaten my meal and everything, and just have it there. I meant to put it away, but people keep putting money in it, so I'm just leaving it there.
Exactly. Let's make this the first roll of the night.
Oh no.
Please roll a charisma for performance check.
Okay.
No pressure.
Let's see if I do this right.
If you roll a 1, I'm going to give you a gift.
Well, it was a near thing. It rolled really low.
Well, you did say you weren't playing well.
Yeah, that is true.
So you might be getting sort of that they feel that maybe if they contribute to your musical education.
Maybe. I just nod to everybody that does toss anything. If they make any comments about it, I'm like, oh, that's your opinion. Yes.
You mainly get the, an older couple. It's like, oh, you're very good. That sort of just slight edge of condescending.
Yeah. Thank you.
The patronizing sort of, oh, just keep practicing, you'll get it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Goes over their head.
Exactly. They don't appreciate it.
Of course not.
I've lost my train of thought. Tinda. What is Tinda up to right now?
Yeah, so Tinda is seated at the bar. She's got a mug of ale that she's enjoying, and perhaps it's the influence of the ale. She doesn't mind. She's actually enjoying the music from Melina, so she's tapping her she's kind of tapping to the rhythm and kind of going back and forth like this to the music, just going with the flow. And she's feeling very open and optimistic about the night. And again, it could be the ale. Who knows?
Sure. And as I recall, you and I'm going to keep remembering. I will remember these names. Next, have a bit of a knowledge of each other.
I'm not sure that we've encountered
established
each other
that?
yet.
Fair.
Yeah. I feel like I have arrived somewhat blindly, and so I'm not sure that I know anybody at this bar.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, what would you be doing in the bar?
I mean, I have arrived to town recently. I had friends in Sensitlan many years ago. There's a couple I've checked on and a couple who I don't want to check on. And, it just seemed like a night of getting some time out in a city where I haven't been traveling, but I don't have to revise any long dead social connections or answer any awkward questions from very nosy people, honestly. And so I'm just having a drink where nobody has any expectations of me.
That's fair. Speaking of people with no expectation, Saz.
I think Saz would be at the corner of the bar. For a fairly large person, uh, when he is not trying to, he can kind of make himself almost feel like, he's just part of the decoration. He's nursing fire whiskey, keeping an eye on Crux, and just taking it all in. Like he's clocking everybody that walks in here. He's kind of trying to, just suss out the vibe right now. Like who's doing what. Like anything interesting. Anything that might be trouble. Uh, Anyone that might be more gullible. Um, that's what he's looking for.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, that's going to be great. Nope.
I mean, there's a little Deca over there playing reasonably well on their little flute, but
Okay.
That's the only scene of any sort of money exchange that you've seen. Sort of, you were looking for any kind of a mark or anything, but for the most part, people are. It's raining outside, so it's not a great atmosphere in that sense. The bar is sort of winding down. There's not many people there.
Okay.
As far as marks go, nobody immediately stands out.
Okay. I'll keep nursing my drink and one eye always on Crux.
That's the best thing about him, Crux, is that you can get so much done when he's in the room. Because everyone seems to have at least one eye on Crux. Hey, Crux. What would you be doing in the bar?
So you have this 2-meter high, like, thing made of clay and vines dancing in the middle of the tavern. And I come to Saz and I'm very excited. I'm like, Saz, you need to see this. There is this beautiful person playing and they're playing reasonably well. And did you see me dancing over there? I was rocking out some moves and yeah. Why you need to stop being like that. Come dance with me. We can waltz together. It's not quite the right music for it, but it's two this way, one that way, I think.
That's gonna draw a lot of attention, I mean, but where did you learn to do that? It's pretty good, really.
Sass is like, no, I'm good.
Are you sure?
Crux, give me a performance
I don't
check.
think that draws enough for this.
Oh
just
my.
yet.
How good of a dancer are you?
It's coming. It's a coming.
That's a pretty good
Wow.
dance.
Oh,
The best robot anybody has seen in a long time. I mean, the dance, not the war. It was convincing, though. Maybe it makes it convincing because you're stiff. I don't know. So, there were two. Okay, cool. Generally, despite the efforts of the musician in the room, bar is generally winding itself down. And even the bartender is basically like, yep, coming down. As much as I appreciate patronage, I think I'm going to close it up. He comes over and he drops a gold piece into the bowl.
Gracias. Thank you. Well, if you need me again another night, I probably can bring in more customers.
I hope so. You livened up a very dreary night.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming, and come on back tomorrow if you want. I have to go and rest these old bones.
Melina will grab all the coins that are in there, and because it was their food bowl earlier, they lick each coin, like to get the last of the scraps off of it before putting it in their pouch.
This is mine. This is mine. I can imagine a dragon horde. You'll be there for days. No. So what does everyone do?
I'm kind of curious. I know I would like to roll sort of anybody that, like, a perception for either somebody that was worth trying to do sleight of hand or somebody who was of enough wealth that maybe I wanted to figure out a trail before I try to sleight of hand.
Where they live?
Exactly. Is there anybody here of interest to me acquiring some quick cash?
Give me a perception check.
All right. There is...
There's a laggy delay with that. All right, a 12.
Yes.
Not bad. There's a warforged that seems to be very exuberant. There's a Goliath in the corner. Seems to have, if anything, I would say, based upon your observation of individuals, that one is more. It's not that he's scoping out the room, but he's got his back to the wall. The axolotl is licking the coins out of their bowl.
Yeah, I probably don't want those coins.
They're right there. And the
They've
Waka
been
is
licked.
at the bar, finishing up their drink.
Of the two tall individuals that seem to know each other, do either of them look like they would have interesting pockets, or do either of them look like they would be either more inattentive or easier to try to con or do something else wild with?
Give me an insight check.
All right. Dirty 20.
Ooh.
What you get from the scoping the crowd is that of the two of them, the more likely to have interesting things in their pockets would be the one that's sitting with his back against the wall. The one that's probably more easily a marked individual that you could probably get away with stuff would be the one that's dancing.
Okay.
But doesn't have pockets.
All right. I think I will finish my drink and sort of head over in their general direction. And perhaps say hello. And probably just
Hello?
like that, where I'm just like, hello.
Well,
Can't
hi
tell if
there.
it. I'm Nesh. Are you new to town?
Are we new to town? I turn to Sam.
Yes, we're near to town.
You are
Yes.
now.
I've been here before, but Crux is new here.
I guess we are new to town. He knows that. Yeah.
Well, where are you off to from here?
We just passing through, looking for some things, few people.
I was more meaning this evening. Are you ready to call it a night? Or are you looking to find another bar?
I look in Crux's direction, knowing exactly what's going to happen.
You know, Seth, you know what I notice? She has the kindest eyes I've ever seen. Look at that. Nash, you said is your name?
Nesh, yes.
Yeah, I'm Crux.
It's good to meet you, Crux.
Very nice to meet you as well. And I kind of go all the way down
Super
to
bow.
greet.
All the way low bow. Yeah, the little short person who's come up to you.
Stretch my hand made of vines to you for a handshake.
All right, I will shake your hand.
All right, just one firm
Very
shake.
unique sort of vines and sort of earthen plant life. Basically looks like it's sort of held together with almost a clay, which forms essentially kind of like a skin, and then the entirety is encased in an armor.
All right. I have never met anybody like this before, correct? I don't think I would have reason to.
Nope.
I think when he shakes my hand, I might take a second, sort of actively sort of examine his hand. Just be like, that's very cool. And I would be like, I don't know much about your background, but my late husband and I, we used to have a carpentry business. And I can tell you're made from very good wood.
Well, that's a way of describing it. I also don't know much about my background either, so that's true of us. Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to say that?
Are you asking?
You, Seth.
Maybe
Oh, no.
don't,
Okay.
Broadcast it to people. Hi, I'm Saz, and I tip my hat. You see this nice brown, very weather-worn sort of hat.
Hi, I'm Nesh.
Nice to meet you, Nesh. And what brings you to town?
I am visiting some very old friends. It has been many years since I've been in town. Um, you know, figuring out what's still here, what I remember, what I could possibly still enjoy.
Oh,
Uh,
so you've already gone through this town before, have you?
oh, it was 50 years ago that I was last here.
Okay, well, I don't think I existed back then, so it must have been a really different place.
I'm not even sure how much it's changed, but if you are familiar with it, I would love to head out and perhaps join you for your evening, wherever you're set up in an inn or another bar, perhaps.
Um, okay, at this point, Saz is like going to just like give Nesh like a once over, just to like, you know, clock, maybe kind of get a sense of intentions here.
Give me an insight roll.
Mhm. Oh my god, that's almost an 80. Uh,
Hmm. Seems legit.
okay. That's great. So I'll be like, yeah, absolutely. Let's go to another. And like, I'm already apprehensive saying this as I turn to look across. Like, another bar?
Oh my goddess, you never say yes. I absolutely love this. So Nash, we're going to the next place, I guess.
All
This never
right.
happens. I'm so excited. See, it pays off not to be a grump all the time.
Oh, I'm just careful.
The bartender starts to sweep the floor.
Oh, watch out, because I hear that if they sweep your feet, you don't get married.
Well, it's a bit too late for me.
Oh.
Linda.
You must have really clean feet.
Tinda overhears another bar, and so she kind of hops up and is very alert. And she's like, "Chirp, chirp! I heard you going to another bar. I know you don't know me, but seems like you guys are my kind of people. I love the party. Can I come along?"
Can she come along?
I'm imagining like the parakeet where it's just like bouncing.
Yeah.
I guess. Like,
Oh,
How tall are you,
Yay.
Tinda?
Tinda, I believe, is 6 feet.
Big parakeet. Okay.
Big parakeet.
Yeah.
Big parrot.
I used to be 6 feet, I think. Or bigger.
Are you asking or are you musing?
Just musing.
Okay. Because we know the answer to that. and
Yep.
No one else gets to know for at least another. So, speaking of, where the heck did it go? And what is Melina up to now that you've made sure that any food scraps off the bowl?
Off the coins.
Coins.
Yeah.
You're thinking to yourself, maybe next time I should bring a rag.
No, everything tastes nice. Better than the rocks I used to eat.
True.
And so yeah, I would put the bowl on like I would shuffle over and try. I am only 3.5 feet tall, so I'm tiny. And it's just still kind of just staring up at the bar, just like, I feel like I should be taller. And just kind of like throw the bowl up to help out. See them all talking and everything. And then I think I actually go up to Tinda, and I use the pan flute to like kind of mimic your chirp to get your attention.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so Tinda's excited when she hears that, and she kind of spreads her feathers a little bit. They kind of get a little razzle dazzle with the feathers for a second because she hears the mimicking sound, and so she kind of does another little chirp to see if she'll do it again. She's just tickled that happened.
Yeah,
All right, and I'm like dodging and weaving at this point because I'm the smallest thing there, and the feathers up in the face.
It's definitely a call and response. It's like, oh, are we playing music? Just like, so I think this might go back and forth a little bit before like. So what did you think? You're one of the only patrons here that didn't make a comment.
Well,
did you like what I?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was going to ask you, when will you be performing again? Because I'll definitely show up.
Well, the old man said I could come tomorrow, so maybe I'll come back tomorrow.
Oh, good. Yes, I love it. Yeah, I really enjoyed your music. You need to keep going with it. How long have you been playing?
Oh, and they count on their finger, like the little like pause. I think I've been here a few months now.
Oh wow, so you're still brand new.
And famous already.
Yeah. And looks like you made some coin as well, so bravo to you.
Thank you.
Would you like to join us at the next bar and buy us a drink?
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So you exit the bar, and as the innkeeper said, it's raining. It's not an oppressive rain, but it's a common solid wall of wet that comes down. It's colder because Sansitlan is in the caldera of a mountain, so you have you're way above sea level, so you get a colder rain, and it's a constant pour when it comes down, which isn't terribly often. Mexico City being essentially the analog here, but when it comes down, you get a lot, and the river, the streets sort of rivulet into the cobblestones with all the rainwater that rushes down. So any of the going up and down the angles between blocks tends to be not hazardous, but slower going. So you find yourselves wandering out. We got 7:30. We started at 7?
30.
Right. So you find yourselves wandering out and taking a side street up. I'm going to bring everyone else over to that side.
By the way, you constantly hear a sizzle as the rain hits Amelina.
There's a little bit of a steam and going.
She has a bit of a grouchy face.
It's not going to sting necessarily, but it's sort of be one of those irritating. Because you'd reach out and your hand would be open, and then just,
yep,
like water in a frying pan.
I have a question. I would like to know if I would be able to reach into my pack and pull out some set of tools and create an umbrella on the fly.
Yeah, you took artisan, right?
The equivalent. I took
Oh
specialized.
yeah, that's right. We did. We
Specialized
altered
crafter.
that. We did some home brewing.
Yeah.
Yes, give me. How would you do this? Dexterity, I guess.
Sure.
Or I guess the. Wait a minute. Here's handbook gives me the rules. If I remember correctly, if you are using your tools, you get advantage on this roll. So do you know how to roll advantage in D&D Beyond? You can, I believe it's a right click. It should open up a little sort of pop-up that allows you to select advantage or disadvantage with the roll.
Okay, so this is just a dexterity roll.
I don't think there's a craftsmanship or a crafting ability. Yeah, it's just dexterity.
Okay. Roll.
Interesting. There's definitely a delay with the rolling.
Well, it only rolled one. Gonna roll another one.
16's good. More than
Much
what you
better
need.
than the 7.
Yes, true. Interesting
So,
how
yeah,
that one rolled very quickly. Yeah.
Well,
So-
I think it took so long because I was trying to figure out how to make it do with the advantage, and it
Oh,
wasn't
I see.
working.
I think it's a right click inside the box, but I might be wrong.
I
However,
got the click, and then it didn't do the roll part.
yeah, got it. Either way, 16 is enough. It takes essentially a sack and I'm not sure exactly what kind of wooden thing. You kind of just reach as you're walking along. You find these small pieces of now slightly damp or wet kindling sticks,
Yeah,
which you
shipping
cobble
boxes.
together. By unthreading the sack, you cobble together a very ramshackle but effective umbrella.
Yeah. So I'll just be like,
it's not perfect, but it will stop the rain.
yeah, I'll probably find like a little awning that as we're going just anywhere, and I'll just be like, hey, can we all hang on a second? And then I will proceed to get into my bag and have you guys stare at me for a couple minutes while I tinker up an umbrella and hand it to the fire creature.
Crux is gonna go
Oh.
just a second. Oh, go ahead. Oh, after you.
Gracias, thank you. Oh,
say-
this is much easier.
It's kind of like a very large parasol in a sense where I'll give you the umbrella. I won't give you the opening closing mechanism.
No.
So you have this, at least for you, a decent sized parasol, made of burlap and twine and cobbled together sticks.
Yeah, and I think it covers everything but their tail, but they don't mind that their tail, because it's make a swishing, sizzling sound on the ground, you know?
Of course.
But they're very happy.
And the wood slowly dries in your hands. And you start walking again in the direction, and from around a corner comes splash, splash, splash of this human-looking, male-presenting person, and runs up. Don't go that way! As he runs past you. Someone's getting attacked!
Oh, I immediately start walking in a different direction.
Crux was basking
And-
in the rain, letting it all fall on him, and he's like with this glee and joy on his face as he gets, like wet. And that
Mental
changes
note, don't put
drastically.
iron.
What was that?
Mental note, don't put Crux in iron.
Then Crux gets really changes, his expression changes, says, "Aren't we supposed to help? Someone is in trouble over there."
Yeah, but we could get in trouble. What if you get hurt, Crux?
You don't trust me, right? I'm strong. You are too. You don't give yourself enough credit. How about you? You're strong too.
Me? No, I mean, you are strong. I give you that. But this is a stranger. You want to go and help?
Don't worry, I got this. I always have to take care of people. And they'll immediately go in the direction, this tiny little Hashalal with the parasol.
This little parasol bobbing down the street. And you run up to... I'll move you all up. 1 unit.
I think Nesh is going to get a little stealthy in the following. So be like interested in seeing what's up there, but also interested in being off to the side or in the shadows.
Not the first person seen.
Yes.
Understood. And you hear from up the alley a cry for help. And
yeah, I'm
It's
willing to
rain
keep
comes
stealthing up there. And
in the dim, as it's nighttime, you see a number of individuals, shadowy basically, and they seem to be roughing up someone else. And you hear the words, "Stay away from the orphanage, you got that?"
what does everybody look like? What does the victim look like, and what do the dudes look like?
This would require me to see how much you can see. So just as you come to the corner, I think everyone has control over their tokens?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, good. As you come to the corner, actually, next give me a stealth check. Anybody who's trying to not be conspicuous?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that for sure.
Where's
What I will also do is that if it's around the corner, from underneath my poncho, this very brightly feathered creature will come up and fly over the roofs to give me like a better vantage point. I decided on a name, by the way. Poppy.
Nice. Now, let me just roll a quick thing for this guy. Oh, he's got a passive of 10, really? Okay. Never mind. He doesn't notice any of you. Except for the actual, unless you're trying to be stealthy as well.
Oh no.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I am very. There's no way a big axolotl can be stealthy. I'm just running in there. I drop the parasol and just Yeah.
So you get the slight reddish tinge, and that hits any of the exposed skin that you have. And this man, who's humanoid, stands tall, but you're kind of not sure of his exact stand. He's probably built like a human. Best guess, because he's got a cloak on, which covers a lot of his features. He seems to be wearing a helmet underneath the cloak, so that hides any ears that he may or may have. His features aren't necessarily too sharp, so he's probably not an elf. But beyond that, you're not entirely sure, because his face is literally split with makeup, with one side is dark black, and the other side is white. Like that definite, like almost the jester or the piebald makeup of a clown or a jester.
Yeah, I see.
Nothing
I
to
see.
see.
And
Go home.
I want to use, if I can, dissonant whispers.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's hit him with a big one. Okay.
Yeah. So the way it comes out is like they're trying to like remember what they used to say back when they had to guard something, though they don't remember what they were guarding before, and like you're not supposed, like, this is a sacred area is what they're thinking. That you're not supposed to harm the other people who come here to worship. And so they're just like, and they just basically use their pan flute to like make it discordant music and everything to haunt around them.
Okay. What is your DC? Your spell save DC?
I'm not sure what that would be. Wait, I think it's
your ability modifier.
It says 13 safe DC. Is that what I'm looking at?
Yep,
right?
that works.
Okay.
That worked for me? No, don't roll that. Don't do that. That's not what I wanted to show. Yes, it is. Wisdom save of 19. So he shakes his head a little bit. He takes half damage. Oh, never mind. Doesn't have to move. It still takes half damage. So roll your damage, please.
Okay, I think that button does it. Oh, that did it that way. That did not go to roll 20. D&D Beyond rolled a 14, so 7. Oh, there it goes.
7 damage.
Wow, that was very delayed.
That's a pretty good roll for a 3d6. Fellas, we got company! And he reaches for his sword. So at this point, we're going to roll initiative. But we're also going to take a break, because I've had these folks sitting for long enough while we were preparing the game. So everybody roll initiative, and then we'll take a quick breather.
Where is
Wow.
initiative on ATVM? Or should I just roll dex?
Wow, this is some nice initiative rolls.
Oh, yeah. I'm
GM, I am sorry. Can you put in the 10 for me manually? I am having an issue with the Beyond, and I can tell you about it in a bit.
Where is initiative on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, so I rolled
yeah,
it.
it should be below your proficiency bonus. There should be an initiative
Oh, wait, yeah.
or next to your armor class. Yeah.
on the map.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Now we get the good rolls.
Yeah.
It says
fast.
you wanted to send this to the turn tracker.
And I can talk about that while we're on break, if that's all right.
The turn tracker thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
find
lovely. Thank you for helping me sort that out.
that. Perfect.
Oh yeah, I
All
forgot
right.
we had to select our tokens first.
All right. So, but let's take a quick break as combat will start. Arnie can change the music and everything else. Take a 5-minute break, stand up, stretch, get some water, bio break, get some snacks, bring some back for the rest of us. And we will see you in about 5.
back. We do now.
Excellent. Yeah. Welcome
Awesome.
Look at that.
back again.
Look at that.
There it is.
We're here.
Hooray!
Humble
Yay.
apologies,
Not the-
everyone.
We'll just
Not
I'm
the-
edit
to
that in
blame.
post.
And I'm
Not
glad
the
you
D&D
caught
stream without
that
you.
now.
Right? So,
I-
excellent.
That's my
Okay.
job. Watch Twitch do the Twitch thing.
All right. So, we'll go with and Tinda. What is your dexterity bonus?
The +2.
Perfect. I think I can move you up. Go. So you act first. What would you like to do?
Okay, so Tinda starts off by saying, "What in the world is going on here?" And then, before she even gets a response, she kind of flicks her talons a little bit, and she says, "Answer very carefully."
And what are you trying to accomplish with this? Are you trying to intimidate him?
Try to intimidate, yeah.
Give me an intimidation check.
Alrighty. Oh.
Maybe he's already intimidated. You're not sure. He is backing up. Seems to be. He's very on guard. But he's not saying anything. Just move along. Nothing to see.
And
Would you like to move up at all?
yes. Let me move up a little bit. And Tina responds and says, "You still didn't answer my question. I'll move along when I get ready."
Nice. Takes no crap. Melina.
Yes. So I think um there's this like suddenly a little ball of rage, and they're going to step up to the guy who's trying to intimidate us and everything, and I'm just gonna use my tail swipe. I'm just gonna like twirl around and just attack.
Smack him.
So let me.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know why it's suddenly doing the 3D dice when I have it set to not do that. But oh well.
Interestingly, I think I had mine set to 3D dice, but it doesn't. Oh, that's a nice hit.
Probably
And you-
sideswipe him off his feet because of it.
You swack him, solid hit in the thigh, clank of the metal, and he stumbles sideways a little. Doesn't take him down, but it's still. There's no extra attack with that, right? There's just the damage.
I think so. Let me double check, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's just a basic.
An extra natural weapon.
Yeah. Yeah. Technically, that's a bonus action, but that's all they want to do right now. It's like, ha.
Saz.
Oh, that's me. Uh, um, Taz is gonna get some distance, and if there's like a little awning or something, over here, he's just gonna go below that and hold. Um, if things go south, he's gonna be ready to bolt. Uh, but he is gonna he's gonna wait and see what Krutz does. He's gonna hold an Eldritch Blast.
Fair.
Yeah.
Next.
Let's see.
I feel it fair to point out that you have an ally within 5 feet of your.
Right, so I could do a sneak attack.
I mean, you could do anything,
I could.
but yes.
I could do anything. But, if I just want to throw some daggers at a friend. Let me make sure I know how to do this in the D&D Beyond. So I'm going to go to my actions. And then I just hit the dagger hit DC.
Should be.
So
Sounds
21 to hit.
That's a hit.
And then damage is going to be 6.
Plus 4 for sneak attack for 10.
Yep.
Ugh,
So yeah.
that's a significant amount. And what does Nick do again?
Nick is it's about having more than one attack sort of thing. When you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the action instead of as a bonus action. This extra attack can only be made once per turn.
So in theory, if you have 2 weapons, one on either hand,
Yeah.
And you take an extra attack, the light property.
But so does that mean I can also use my other dagger?
I guess so. If you have two, you could basically essentially throw two daggers in one shot.
Okay.
You only get the one sneak attack.
Yeah. Well, I'd throw a second dagger.
And you can do that once per turn, so...
So the second dagger was only a 10.
10 does not hit.
Okay. Sad.
So he dodges away. You still have a bonus action, though, so that's how Nick works. If you... essentially, once per turn, you can just essentially use two dagger attacks in one shot.
Okay.
Which feels really unbalanced. But okay.
So then... is my second action to, like, find another good hiding spot?
You can try. You can certainly try.
I'm curious what would happen if I tried to get past him. Would I get injured in trying to go past this dude further up north on the alley?
That would depend on whether or not you enter his melee range. Yes. He would have an attack of opportunity against you.
Because what I'd like to do is run around the front of this building and sort of hide in the next shadow.
Do you have...
I don't know if there's a way to go from there to there, basically. Or if that's up over the roof. I can't see how much the roof is an overhang versus, like, where the actual building is.
Assume you have a straight line, more or less. Okay. Where are we here? Weapon mastery. You cannot yet use a bonus action to dash, disengage, or hide.
Okay.
So you could try to get past him, but you would be risking a sneak attack, or a attack of opportunity.
Okay. So it's either just stay put and not hide, or move and not hide. But maybe I want to try to go. I'm curious. I want to go forward.
Okay.
Can I make that straight line move, or is there a building in the way? To go.
I will allow the straight line move.
Okay.
Back yourself up against the wall, move yourself through.
Yeah.
That's you?
That's me.
Brooks.
Says the person who played is going, and I'm gonna go. They can't be there alone. And I'm gonna run up.
Okay.
As best as I can. And be on the side of the person. I figure that I can't see really well into the alley. I can probably just see the flames. Is that what it is from the bar?
From the lit windows. Yeah.
Lit windows? Okay. So I'm like, well, I hope y'all do the right thing and no unnecessary blood is shed. I put a hand on the cross that's marked on my chest, and which is not it's a square cross in a way, and I say, "May," and I said that this was coming, right? May the tickets bless you. And this green light on his eyes shines a little brighter. 3 vines go up high in the above him, and then 3 green lights go towards Malina, one, Nesh, another, and Tinda, because I didn't do that early enough so that Saz could benefit. But yeah, so the 3 that are closest to me get the bless.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast it on D&D Beyond, and that's my turn. I don't have anything to do as a bonus action right now.
Cool. Good action. The priest. Excuse me, the man in robes. Because for some reason they don't have unarmed strike, because he's not actually armed, but he still swats out and he connects with one of the goons that's closest to him. And meanwhile, they are bludgeoning him. Also with maces, apparently, but not. But they're doing a bit less of a good job of it. But there are 2 against 1. That you can see. Tinda, back to you.
So, Tinda comes up and she acknowledges Crux and kind of gives him a nod and a thank you for the blessing, and she sees what's going on with the man in robes and the 2 goons, and she kind of shakes her head because she's trying to understand exactly what is going on. And she heard the word orphanage, and she's trying to understand what side everybody is on. So she kind of butts her head in between them and asks again, I need everybody to tell me what's going on now, right now.
Gonna try drop an intimidation again?
Okay, let's hope this one is better than the last one.
Well, less attack roll or save. No, it doesn't do ability score. Huh. He's not flinching. He is... it's almost like he... Give me an insight roll too, please.
Okay.
Batting 1,000 today. Excellent. He's clamming up, and you're not sure why.
Are the goons clamming up too? Do they respond?
He seemed the priest or the young man in robes to the north of you seems to be distracted and fighting very desperately against two thugs who generally are ignoring what's going down here. And this guy that you guys are taking on doesn't seem to be budging in terms of saying anything.
Okay. I'm going to.
Grab him by the ear. Wrap him in the head.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to get physical here. And I'm going to grab him by the talons and just kind of pick him up and toss him to the ground really hard, like slam him to the ground.
All right. Give me an unarmed strike attack.
Okay.
Does that work? Does that work? That is, in fact, a hit.
Oh, okay.
Are you using the sharp of your talons, or are you just grappling him?
I was just grappling.
Okay. You have him firmly by the scruff.
Okay. Let me see. I don't have a bonus action, do I?
You do, but I'm not sure exactly what we can do with bonus action. They did improve the grappling a little bit.
Okay.
Grappling.
Okay, so I'm going to just say to him, now that I have your attention, you're going to answer one of us and tell us what's going on.
Grapple condition, must have a hand free to grapple another creature. Da 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 da. Getting a grapple. Unarmed strike. Two. And then if you have shove. Alright. Yeah, he just does not want to budge.
Okay.
It's almost like he forces his mouth shut in a way. You're not sure if he's hiding something or he just doesn't know. Melina. Oh, sorry, is that you? That's your round in it?
Yeah, that's my round. Mm-hmm.
Melina.
Trying to think what they would do. He's climbing up. We've hit him. You would think a 6-foot-tall bird would freak him out.
You've seen some stuff.
Yeah. They're still hot-headed. They're annoyed. They haven't answered questions. I think they'll attack again. So let me do that.
In fact, I'm going to give you advantage. It doesn't matter. You can roll a 19. If you want to crit fish. I will, in fact, give you advantage because he is not immobile, but he's held. He's grappled.
Mm.
I'm not sure where the...
Okay, I can roll again, even though that was a pretty good roll. Let's see.
Grappled.
I'll take my first roll.
I figured. And you kind of smack him, and the way he's being held, you kind of come around the one side. You kind of hit him, you know, how you hit someone behind the knees, and they buckle. And down he goes to the ground.
And since technically that is a bonus action, this time I will, once I find which tab, I have too many tabs open. I think. I think because I do like my new friend here, I'm going to do bardic inspiration
Oh,
to Tinda for next time.
cool. That's a D6, right?
Yes.
Yes. So their next attack roll, you get an extra D6 to the roll.
I think I do
Okay.
this. Right? Is that how that button works? Ooh, that gives everything. Yeah. I just kind of like very much like, like very much, you got this, Tinda. I know you can do it. You're gonna scare him to death.
Chirp chirp.
Sure.
And
So
yeah, that's my turn.
this little axolotl person sort of gives you the best rendition of a chirp back at you without their flute.
Mhm.
Or with, maybe in one hand.
Yeah.
Saz.
Okay. So Saz did have a held action, but I don't think he can see anything in the alley from where he is standing right now.
No.
Um. Uh. What about this guy? Is he just like walking away?
Oh,
This person
okay.
is
Yeah.
just like a.
He was meant to be running in the other direction.
Okay. Okay.
My
Okay.
apologies.
Gotcha.
Let me get rid of that.
Uh. Saz is gonna like make his way here, I guess. That's 10, 20, 30. Yeah, that's 30 feet. And what does it look like from, like, what's happening at the end of the, are they beating some guy up?
um, hard to see, but there's a number of individuals at the opposite end of the alley. Seems to be a 2-on-1 fight.
Okay. Um, he feels comfortable right now, like there's nobody nearby that's threatening him, and like his new companions have got this the closest one held. So he'll take a shot at this guy
Okay. A shot with
with a little bit of an Eldritch Blast.
fair.
Oh, there we go. That- yeah. Oh, I don't know if that hits. So.
It does.
Oh, it does.
Meets it.
Wonderful.
Beats it. 7 points.
Yeah, 7 points. You see basically his hand just come up and like it's almost like he's blowing a kiss, and it's like a little dust which just turns into a beam and goes.
Sort of slices past your newfound friends and hits the guy in the alley. That's you?
Yep.
Next.
All right.
Mish.
Yes. Um. So if I was to get somewhere in these boxesy stuff, I could maybe hide.
Yeah, you should be able to. You're outside the... You're not in a combat, and you can take your...
Okay. Let me get in this box of stuff. Is that too close? I mean, it's hopefully hidden because it's got those boxes.
Give me a
stuff,
stealth
but-
check.
Yeah, let me do the stealth check. Stealth. Someday I will be a lot quicker at navigating D&D Beyond.
Ethereal learning.
Oh. Alright.
Oh, you think you're hidden?
I think I'm hidden.
I think you did a fairly good job of hiding there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're
I'm
sort of
so
illuminated by this eldritch beam that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. Can I attack with a bonus action? Is that a thing?
I think you have to save the bonus action attack for when you actually attack with the main action. The main action has to be the attack. The bonus action gets added on as the offhand, or in your case, both at the same time. But I think the main action still has to be in it.
Okay, so all I can do is sort of move and get stealthy.
Unless you have another bonus action thing you can do.
I don't
don't think
think
you
I do, because I'm
Not
not...
at this stage.
Yeah.
Level 2 is when things get much better.
I mean, I have a mending cantrip.
Yeah.
So,
Picked
level
up
1.
Parasol on the way and
level-
mended it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. That's you, Crooks.
That's...
So, Crack sees that he's not budging. He's clamping his jaw, not talking. He's going to move around, so he's standing at his back. He's going to use his sword to hit him in a non-lethal manner, if I can.
Sure.
And I will roll the attack. And that's 17.
Nice.
Oh yeah, easy. And your damage?
And he's wearing a shield, so it is a one-handed 6.
Yep. So you swing out and you twist the blade so that you smack him in the side of the head with the flat in a non-lethal way, and he crumples like a sack of potatoes.
Oh no, I hope he's
Completely out.
okay. Yes, he's okay. There's more up there, right? And then that's the
Well,
other.
now we're not going to get any information from him.
There are others, and then I'm going to move up 5 square. We can still split, right? Movement? A little
Yep.
bit, and then a little bit. Yep. So we're going to move 5 squares up. And it's getting real dark up here. And that's where I'm at. End of my turn.
Cool.
And we have a bot in chat. Just naming that.
Oh.
All right, thanks.
Cool. Good eye. This guy sees you coming, takes it as a challenge, and hauls off and punches you. 3 points of damage.
He beat my AC? I'm scared now. Okay. Where is my
Got a +4.
life? Yes.
And while this guy's doing his thing,
I need to do a con save for my bless.
oh, I guess you do, don't you? Wait, not initiative. Attack. He punches him. Tries to hit him back. Oh. He gets a solid punch. Way to go, priest. That much. There's 2. Which is 2.
I pass. I think 16.
16? Oh yeah. Yeah. Easily. Back up to the top. Tinda.
Okay. So Tinda,
He kind of falls
Here-
out of your grasp. Limp.
okay. So he's done for, right? It's nothing I can do with him.
Nope. He's out.
Okay, so Tinda hears the commotion up ahead, so she kind of moves forward to see if she can get a better idea of what's going on.
And you see one thug, similarly garbed, sort of that split mask, complete black makeup, complete white makeup, sort of hauled off and just hit your paladin friend, and the other guy is still sort of smacking this. Now that you're closer, you can see the victim seems to be a young man, probably just out of his teens, with black hair, and vestments of a cleric. I was gonna say, do you have any ranged weapons?
Who?
Gun.
So I can't hear you.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
We lost one.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Should we do a quick pause? And come back momentarily when we have our team back.
We can do that. All right. Be back in 5, kind of.
Take another quick break, and hopefully the tech stuff will stop haunting us next session.
back.
Yay! Technical difficulties are great. Fantastic. So, Tinda, you had moved up and you were assessing the new potential conflicts, and there are two individuals dressed very similarly to the one you guys just knocked out. Split face makeup that looks kind of like a black and white jester.
Okay. So Tinda approaches the one closest to her and she says, do you have anything to say? Couldn't get anything out of your comrade over there, but maybe you have more sense than him.
Going for another intimidation?
Yes, let's try it.
Not bad. But
You have inspiration, I think.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
yes, you do. You have the bardic inspiration. So another d6 on that.
Okay, 1 second. Thank you for reminding me. Oh.
One is extra. He's
12.
he's a little rattled. He's kind of brave. At the same time, he's recognizing that he's getting outnumbered. He's recognizing that there's a whole lot of extra stuff going on. And well, he can't do anything yet because he's not his turn.
I have a Could I have moved Poppy up a few squares on the last turn?
Yeah, I'll let that. Instead of being on the side of the building, you can move up.
Yeah, so I would have moved her there. She can fly 40 feet. So if I were there, then what Poppy could do is use her reaction to give Tinda another +2 on her check using Burst of Ingenuity, which is a twice a day feature. So that would make it a 14, I believe.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, this guy is definitely out. He's out of his element. He's not. He was enjoying the fisticuffs. He's enjoying, he seems to be the kind of guy that, he's like a schoolyard bully. He likes beating people up, but when he's outnumbered, he's gonna fold like a wet paper sack. So he starts getting the wide-eyed starts looking in his eyes, and he looks like he's like looking for a clear avenue of escape. But it's not his turn, so he doesn't have to go. Much better. Teamwork. It's great. Melina, you're up.
All right, I think so. Slowly but surely, the intimidation's going to work eventually. But I think it's time. Like, I have a new audience. Dissonant whispers again.
All right.
And I think so. I will run up behind, catching up with everybody else as much as I can. And give me a second.
Wisdom save, isn't it?
Yeah, wisdom 13 save.
Oh.
But this time I'm not using my pipe. I'm just shouting at them in Spanish. Or the in-game equivalent of Spanish.
Fair. If you like, feel free to say.
I cannot. I understand it, but the words don't come out.
Fair enough.
I can say a couple swear words to make people gasp, but we...
Get us some ratings, that'd be great. Yeah, he move up, and you essentially start yelling at him in a tongue far more.
I guess it would be the... Yeah, Sitlanese, if I remember correctly. Vaguely from the book.
And it's mixed with the steam that's coming off your body as the rain hits your skin, and it's mixed, and you almost sort of add to it and sort of like maybe even hiss and spit a little bit, and sort of just the added effect. This guy's just not having it. He didn't sign up for this at all. Oh yeah, he takes half damage. So you got to roll damage anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So half of 11.
And you've seen enough of individuals in their time, sort of thing, and you've kind of gotten used to these human types. They're funny because they're fragile, and when the bullies, you've seen bullies in your life, and this guy sort of like looks from one and the other. He's looking for a way out, and then he sees you coming, kind of sidling up on him, sort of thing, steaming like some kind of fire demon thing, and his eyes roll into the back of his head, and down he goes.
We're never going to get information from these pendejos. Why are humans so weak?
Says.
That's my turn.
Saz is gonna move up. That's all of this 30 feet. And is going to examine the body of this person. Like, do I recognize what the markings, like the color on his face means? I'm gonna go through his things, see if there's any sort of like, symbol of who these people are.
Give me. Make it a history check.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. No, but that is how I designed the character, so. Oh, okay. I'll take it. That's a dirty 20.
You've been wandering these streets for a small amount of time, but you have a certain level of streetwise to you. You know what certain gangs that are more noticeable than others, and there's certain sort of terrains and turfs, I guess, that they've sort of eked out. And there are some that are sort of noteworthy, at least to those people on the street who know what the symbology means. These individuals belong to a guild of thieves known as the Last Laugh.
The Last Laugh? Okay.
Last Laugh.
Okay, have I run into trouble with these guys before?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
I mean, no. No, you haven't. You've never seen them before now. Next. Nesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to throw some daggers
Okay.
at the remaining guy.
Okay.
Just because it seems like fun. If I go to my actions, dagger. That's nice. So,
Oh dear. Wait, isn't that a crit?
Yeah, I think so. So
Yeah.
that's
The 20,
that
right?
would be, yeah,
That should
it
have
was
been
a
double.
net.
Did that double?
I don't think so. It says 1d4 plus 3 equals 5.
Plus 3. No, it did. It looks like. Wait, no, maybe not. Like 3. That's strange. 24 plus 3. Roll a 2 plus 3 is 5. So it didn't actually add your crit.
Yeah. So should it be 10 plus the
Should
sneak
be-
attack damage?
2 on the dice. Plus 3 on the dice is 5. Times 2 is 10. Plus your bonus is 3 is 13 total.
13 total. Okay.
Well, that was fun.
That's great. Yay.
And then
another dagger?
yeah, dagger. So this is my second Nick dagger.
Yep.
Is not gonna hit.
It is not, but it didn't need to.
Okay. So he was already
This guy, yeah.
knocked out.
Priest held
Okay.
his own enough, but the extra 13 hit points of damage in one shot kind of tipped it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
As the dust settles, the rain keeps pelting down, sort of slowly washing away like this poorly applied face paint for these individuals. The young man sort of looks a little worse for wear. Got some bruising, he's got a swollen eye. And he's like, "Thank you. I didn't know what I was gonna do."
I'm just gonna kind of go up to him and be like, "Did you deserve it?"
What?
Some people deserve to have the shit kicked out of them. I'm wondering if you had it coming.
I don't think so. I'm new to the Church of Saint Cuthbert, but I hope I've done right by the law, and I don't know exactly why.
Sacrifice?
What? Sorry?
Did you try to steal a sacrifice?
No. What? No. The Church of Saint Cuthbert doesn't sacrifice.
Church.
I don't know why they attacked me. I was just coming home from heading back to the temple after spreading the rounds. I was trying to find out if anyone knew of the location of the children that went missing from the orphanage. And they attacked me, and they were saying, "Don't go anywhere near the orphanage anymore."
Did I ever have any interaction with the Church of St. Cuthbert? Is that a thing that was around back in my day? Would I remember?
Yes, because you're one of the only ones in this group from elsewhere.
Okay.
And you remember it as a a religion brought from the north,
Okay.
sort of a divinity of forthrightness, upstanding moral citizenry sort of thing, very follow the law to the letter of the law. And generally...
Are they what's the word? Are they missionary? Have they come down here on missionary sort of vibes?
I'm going to give this one to you. They initially did, as did most of any of the religions that came from the Northerners. But they quickly found that the locals didn't truck with that sort of crap. The locals didn't have any problem with anyone worshiping whatever they wanted while, living here, but they weren't going to be converted to any. So Cuthbert does exist mainly for the Northerners. It's a small church. It's a small... they're a lot more humble, the religious representations here, and they have been largely adapting to fit in with the local populace and religiosity. So there's a bit more local themology and flavor to the church. But for the most part, Cuthbert was a god of law, essentially. And so, since they've been living here, they felt the calling to help uphold the citizenry to a higher standard instead of lawlessness, which happens in Sassury. However, with that, I don't want to take this going too much longer. He basically turns and says, if you would be so kind and help me get back to the church, the temple of St. Cuthbert, I feel that the priestess will want to have a word with you, because you might be exactly what we need.
And what do you need?
We need to find those children.
Are you hurt?
Princesses usually like me. Let's go.
Are you
So,
hurt?
with that... Oh yeah, he's beat up.
Yeah,
he's
I want to
like...
give him like the 5 points of lay of hands, and
his
before...
swelling noticeably reduces.
Great. And I want to make sure that we get the guy that is alive down there and just incapacitated, because we use non-lethal damage, right? So we can get info.
I mean, technically, there's 2. Maybe this guy, the guy over here with the dissonant whispers, might wake up. You don't know.
Medicine check.
But, I'm not
Only
sure if
psychic damage.
is legal. However,
I don't know.
I'm
So-
also going to press bodies. Oh.
Yep.
Well, bodies, alive people,
I will, in fact, give you a list of that for next time. But for now, he sets off with the rest of you in tow in the direction of the Church of St. Cuthbert. So here is a good point to end it, I think. So let's do so thanks for watching. Anyone who has, thanks for opening up our humble little stream and giving us another kick at the can, as it were. This one's going to happen every 2 weeks. So not next week, not next Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. And hopefully then the following Tuesdays, every 2 after that, like clockwork. This one started a little bit slow, and that's my fault, and I apologize. But we have technical difficulties, and it's all... everything always happens this way. So, but let's do a quick round table. Go back through our cast. Fantastic. Thank them all for being here and giving me a chance as a DM to start flexing that muscle again. But let's introduce each one again in turn. So if you can let everybody know who you are and where you can be found on the interwebs. And let's just kind of look at my window here and let's go the other way, starting with Arnie.
Hi there, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for the invitation to be here. This is great. Very excited to be playing with everyone. I am Arnie's the Man with DAMAN at the end in social media, and you can also find me as Soul Wars RPG, where I usually play on Sunday nights. I DM 2 tables alternating every week, so I would love to see you there at 6 p.m. Sundays. Just come over and say hi. If you understand Portuguese, you will understand what's going on. If you don't, it would still be nice to say hi to you, but it probably will be hard to understand. But very nice being here. Thank you so much. I look forward to the next session.
Diana.
Hello, everybody. I am Diana Moon. I use her Fae pronouns. You can find me on Twitter still until it dies, confirmedly, and on Blue Sky as Diana Moon, or on YouTube and Twitch as X Diana Moon X. And I guess Arnie and I will be fighting Sunday spots because I'm also on the Reclaimers, which is on Nerdgasm Noir Twitch from 6 to 9. It's an all-POC table. We're currently doing Badge Quest, although we were on an extended break. We should be back soon. And if you like PBTA games like Urban Shadows, Cartel, Avatar Legends, Magpie Games is doing their fest this coming weekend. If you want to check out, there's going to be panels, there's games to play on their Discord. That's me.
Lore.
Hi, I'm Lore. I use she, her pronouns. The best place to find me is I'm at lore-witch on Blue Sky, or lore_witch on Twitch. And sometimes on Twitch I play Minecraft, and I'm hoping to expand into maybe running a Candela game at some point. So that's possibly coming in the next couple of months. And beyond that, I'm just happy to be here.
I can think of some Candela players right off the top of my head. However.
Oh, wonderful.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
Sean.
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Sean Souza. I'm from Mumbai. I use he, him pronouns, and I am a TTRPG game designer, actor, voice actor. And you can find me on Twitch and not Twitch, on Twitter and Blue Sky. Uh, it's the same handle everywhere. It's Sean Depon, like Arnie with a DA. And yeah, that's me. Also, I am co-founder of Panic Knock, India's first TTRPG community. Please look us up. We are doing fun things and share support. Yeah.
Fantastic. Kristen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kristen. I use she, her pronouns. Had a really fun time tonight, and just really thankful for connecting with all these other amazing players. You can find me on Blue Sky at kristen.quip. That's 2 I's .QUIP. Thanks.
And I just noticed that I did the thing wrong, so I will fix that. For your thing, Kristen. And I was your humble and uneffacing dungeon master. You can catch my pre and post COVID cosplay adventures at Canadian Captain America on Instagram and TikTok, CDN Cap America on the Blue Sky and the other app that we won't mention, but we will anyway. And I too will be on it until it dies. Because I refuse to be bullied off. From there, you can catch all kinds of things happening on this channel. We have a once every 2 weeks break game. We have a once every 2 weeks Cypher System game happening. Break is happening on every second Friday. Cypher System happens every second Saturday at 1 p.m. which will butt up nicely against the constant game that's going to be happening on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., featuring myself DMing another group of heroes in this region, but not quite this region, but the same region because there's lots of modules here and I'm taking advantage of it. So, and then from there, we have other games in the works, including a Fallout game and potentially a Candela game, maybe. But more on that as it comes. Other than that, thank you again for watching. Come on back in 2 weeks. Give us a like, give us a subscription. If you can't do any of those things, feel free to open a browser window and mute it, because that's still a watch and everybody still benefits from that sort of thing. Rising tides lift all boats, as it were. So give all these people a fantastic follow if you could. Check out their stuff. It's all throughout the week. You never know who you will meet and the friends you will make along the way. And I never met any of these people before today, and now apparently they're playing in my games. So other than that, thanks again for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks. So until then, keep your stick on. And now I stand here awkwardly while Arnie waits to kill it.